Louise.
And we can see something about. And this letter was about her, by the way.
I know.
And I wish to read it.
No. Louise. You're not Louise.
How dare you interfere with my hunt?
How long are you gonna
Hunt.
keep me locked in here? Let me go, you bastard! Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife! How long are you gonna keep me locked in here? Let me go, you bastard!
Can you now read the other one? Because it was shorter. Yeah, the letter. No, letter. This. Yes. My name's Robert Teasdale. To whoever may find this message, please try to help me. My daughter Louise disappeared a few weeks ago. She was seen for the last time in a bar in the neighborhood, not the one where she works as a waitress, but another one, the Dancing Trot. Two witnesses saw her leave the place with an elegant and unknown man, maybe a foreigner. There are many rumors of men and women vanishing in the area. I'm convinced my Louise has been abducted and is kept somewhere nearby. I know the police will not help, for they already have more important things to do. So I have decided to look for my Louise by myself. If you find this letter, it means I failed saving her. My Louise is a good girl who does not deserve to die like this. She is of medium size, with dark hair and a scar on her right cheek. Please search for her and finish this work for me. God bless you. Thank you. Now try to look at her. Now we cannot look at it anymore.
And before he was always in the way. Hey Louise, what the bitch?
Miss Teasdale, are you all right?
How do you know my name? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Reed. I managed to track you down thanks to your father.
So my father really was looking after me. This man, this vampire told me my father was dead. Is it true?
I'm afraid so, miss. I'm so sorry for your loss. But you are free to go, as your abductor is no more.
I suppose my jailer also killed my father, didn't he?
Thankfully, he did not search your father's corpse, where I found his notes describing where he might find you. You should read them.
I must find my father's body. He deserves a proper burial.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale, and be careful. Until we meet again.
Almost. We came from up.
Down?
Came from down? I don't know.
We came from down.
Interesting.
Check how many people we already know.
I guess we're missing 3 or 4. Well, McCallum, if we can talk to him at some point. And probably some people here.
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are? Why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard.
Ooh.
And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
Nah.
I'm here on my own, sir. I have no official appointment other than my desire to save lives.
Then we have the same objective, sir. The difference is, to catch my suspect, I use a magnifying glass and handcuffs instead of a microscope.
Do you need medical attention, Inspector?
I'm afraid I may have caught something. I don't feel too well.
Ah, fuck.
I'll try to find you some medication. Be careful, Inspector. Why are you investigating at night?
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know. But since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange which requires police attention?
Huh? Who was Fergal Mansha? I don't know.
The Volcard. The guy we killed.
I'd like to report a name, Inspector. Jeffrey McCullum. I'm afraid he's some sort of vigilante, trying to recruit an army of angry citizens.
Then I'll write the name down and transmit this intelligence to the appropriate office. Thank you, sir.
You shouldn't do that. He's
What can
already
you tell
after
me about
us.
this district?
I'm the
And
one
he let
asking
us go
questions.
because we
Especially when
killed
there's a
the
killer on the loose.
proper-
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there's a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
What are you really doing here?
I told you. I'm a detective inspector from Scotland Yard, investigating suspicious cases in the area.
Do you work alone?
Yes, the situation is difficult for the police. Many of us are sick, and since the summer strike, most men apply a work to rule on their patrols.
What about the situation in the East End? Why are there no police there to protect the civilians?
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have enough men to cover the entire city.
Rather protect the rich ones.
What are you investigating, exactly?
Mr. Kimura has been murdered. Always the same injuries.
Huh?
Wounds to the neck and massive blood loss. I'll stick to my homicidal maniac theory.
What are you investigating, exactly?
Mr. Kimura has been murdered.
Oh my god.
Always the same injuries. Wounds to the neck and massive blood loss. I'll stick to my homicidal maniac theory.
Tell me all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal, sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem. My theory is correct. Maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
Close enough.
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it, with just one phone call.
What are you
Why
investigating?
can't I skip
Exactly.
this?
Mr. Kimura has been murdered. Always the same injuries.
Where I could.
Wounds to the neck and massive blood loss. I'll stick to my homicidal maniac theory.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
3 more people. And again, such cool music. Hello.
Already
Good
2.
evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed? Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... Your name sounds familiar.
Pericles.
And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
That's
I'm
a
afraid
Greek
not,
name.
sir. But it is a
Greek god
pleasure
or
to meet
something.
you anyway.
Or Greek general.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting. Waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city. As soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really
Agamemnon. Okay, it's generals.
Can you tell me anything about this district?
sure. As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
I like it.
I know we are not living in the most peaceful of times, but I have learned to appreciate London's complexity.
Yes, me too. This city tests us. It invites us to find ourselves, to discover our true nature scattered throughout its dark streets.
But what if we don't like what we find?
Do we ever know who we are? I wonder sometimes. Or maybe it is the journey to find out who we are that changes us.
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before
Can
you
you
took this
stop?
decision?
Does it really matter
on.
anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to
Please
convince my
stop.
brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
No, Pericles was not the brother of Agamemnon, I'm pretty sure. Was he?
Who are
I
you
don't
waiting
remember,
for?
but stop
I'm sure he
doing
has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
What can you tell me about
I know
Aloysius
who's the
Dawson?
last person
I've
we're
heard
missing
this is a
in.
man who has searched for his place in the world for a long
The
time.
boss of the Brotherhood.
I hope he found it.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker. Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
May I ask why you've not gone already? So exasperated by this long wait.
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
The other one was saying exactly
What
the
can you tell
same.
me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
I still enjoy living in London, no matter how difficult
then I am sincerely happy for you. True happiness in life seems to be the most difficult goal to reach these days.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to the city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see.
Who are you waiting for, exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be, then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you are not in your place? That sort of trap.
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.